Hey, hello, my name is Chris Kylie. Welcome to another video. And in this video, I'm going to help you with making decisions or giving you tips how you can make a really cool character in Guild Wars 2. Making a character is such like an end game for me. You can use all your fantasy or creativity to make a really cool commander or wayfinder, make it useful for you and has a little bit more of a fun experience when you are playing the game. It is sort of more a role play, although I don't do it with like the voices, but I really like to make up my own stories, the own fashion, and like the whole image that will get together that will describe your character as how it is today. I had sadly to record it over because my mic was not really doing well, so I really hope this is going to be better. Why this video? I felt like this may be a fun idea to give you some tips and tools how I make my characters, but also if you have like trouble with making character or you dislike your own character what you have now, you can always make it like way better and more fun, because yeah, at the end it is your character where you play with, where you also have the experience with, and I think you really like your character as well, then the game itself also probably will be more fun to you. So that is what I hope I can give to you, what I can bring here. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment or come to Twitch. I'm always happy to help. If we start making character creation, you see like this panel. This is like where it all started. But I always think like if you're making character, this is not the only moment when you can do it. Like also later in the game, you will develop your character and can still create it even further or better. Of course, at the start, that is where it starts. You have to choose like between 5 races like the Norn, Char, Asura, Human and the Safari. Sometimes they can give you already some inspiration where you want to go. If you like those kind of themes, you can always go for those kind of stories too, but you don't have to, but maybe it's maybe an easy start as well. And then of course you can go for what kind of classes you like to play. It can be a class that you really like to play, or maybe you think like, ooh, I play a Norn, I should be warrior because it is more fitting or connected to. But I think you can do nothing wrong with this. You can just play whatever you like and have the most fun with it. Point 1. First thing what you can try is, for example, the story and lore. Guild Wars 2 has already so much story and so much lore that you can work with, and it can also be like a really good inspiration to use for your character. You can pick like different kind of stories or just one story. Maybe your character is a connection between all of them. Like think of separated from the story itself, of course, but you can use it like as a background for your character. For example, I have made a Char, cat of Mordrenov, and this character is sort of possessed by the dragon itself, like the Safari was. But for what kind of reason, my Char was also possessed and he was like part of his community. I really like to create this story because it was giving me a really fun idea how I can make a thief again. I never had the Char, so it was a good opportunity for me. So with the idea, I wanted to make the legendary of Arene and then later the skin look of Mordrenov, because in thief can use and stuff, and I thought I really liked that kind of gameplay, and this was also going to be my fractal one because I didn't never do fractals, so it was a good start to try fractals, and I came up with this whole idea. Also later we had this kind of safari armor that everyone can use, so I put that on my cat, so it also combined a little bit with environment and with flowers and all kind of stuff, and I think it looks really great. And I found this really cool back piece that is also sort of leaving like little leaves behind it, but we had to do some stuff for it before we were able to get this backpack. What I really like to do in this game, and in the meantime you make legendaries, you make do achievements and getting other pieces unlocked. So I think that is a really good idea to create with. And don't forget, we have existing lore, we have stories from the game itself, but you can also create your own story with it, right? It doesn't really have to fit all the time, but sometimes in this case I just use the Dragon of Mordornoth as the inspiration, but also make my own story for this char and explore a little bit where this was going to go. But yeah, I will leave all the links here and there what I already have created and also make a video out of it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed it too. Point 2. Other games. It is really good to use other games as inspiration as well. Guild Wars 2 of course has a lot of stuff, but there are so many more games that you can use for your inspiration, for your character creation. Sometimes I see people, they want to recreate a favorite character from other game in Guild Wars 2. So you can always use that if you have maybe other cool games that you really like to play as well. Maybe a little side note, I play for example Planet Zoo, and I really like to use Guild Wars 2 inspiration or maps for my Planet Zoo parks. Sometimes I use it like the other way around in this case, but this is a good example what you can do if you have more games that you really enjoy. Like, why not combine them and see where it will go. Then we have point 3. You can also make yourself. I must say that is something I not really do in Guild Wars 2, but sometimes I do it in other games that I play. Just recreate yourself, place yourself as the hero. Like, what is more fun than seeing yourself dealing with all these monsters and surviving and doing the thing? So I think it is a really great tip as well if you're not really sure what to create. Or maybe your alter ego. You can also make sort of a version of yourself that looks different, or maybe uniquer or cooler, or maybe even sillier or stupider. I don't even know if that's a word. You get what I try to say. Number 4, you can try to create maybe someone else, like pop icon and star, maybe someone who is famous. Like, you can other personages, like it doesn't always have to be from the games, but it can also be a movie that you have seen or a book that you have written, or even animals. Like, I have, for example, a character. This character calls Sheep number 4, and that's an Azura. I was trying to recreate a sort of sheep because I like sheeps, for the people who know, so that is like really fun to try out. The story is quite cute though, but I will explain a little bit later. Good for example for making someone like a star, I have here a ranger. This was one of my oldest characters, and at first it was not even looking like this, but later I make it more like Kylie Minogue. For the people who know, Kylie Minogue is my icon, and I had the idea that I sometimes want to recreate music videos in Guild Wars 2, because how fun is that if you sort of try to recreate it in a whole other kind of setting. So that is why my ranger now looks more like Kylie. Since I have upgraded her to this, I have so much more fun to play with this character as well. You can see what I try to do here with this person and give something more extra for me, what I really enjoy. Number 5, you can also work with a team. You can go, for example, for a water team, a cosmic team, maybe planets. I don't know, you can even go for with a food team, like why not make a chef that works hard for the queen. There are different kind of teams that maybe is something useful for you or fits really your own personality character. You can always bring that to in this kind of games and explore what you can do with it. For example, go for religious people or music maybe. Think of a kind of job that you maybe want to implement in this game that is not there, but your character represents this kind of job. I think that can be really fun to work with too. With religion, sometimes I was thinking of, I have one character that is about like those 6 gods, right? This character is more connected to the god of Eliza, is like the background of this one. Leia, goddess of news, was also my first character I ever played. Way back in time, when I played Guild Wars 1, I always had like a sort of names with goddess or queen, like something really big, high statement. Now these days I don't do that anymore, but that is why this character still has this kind of name. Yeah, so I made her more of an Eliza worshipper. That is also why she's wearing this outfit. I really tried to match her skin tone on the armor itself or the outfit. It looks more like see-through instead of this whole packed body. I never really use outfits, but in this case I really like the outfit. It really suits her. Oh, I don't know. Now she's the goddess of views. And what I most of the time will do when I'm making character, I try to think of like how this person is going to look like, which kind of armor it's going to use, but also which weapon I really like to use. For example, in Thief, the spirit of Tanakai. It was like actually my first thief and it's still my favorite kind of story thief. But I really like the double pistol. I thought like, okay, I really have to use this in kind of story. So later we also get like the Zaiten skin for double pistol, has really cool effects. This kind of character is way more connected to a map specific team. What I say, I play Guild Wars 1 when I was a kid, so I also play like factions. That's actually my favorite one from back in the days. When I was going to Guild Wars 2 and I make this thief, I really want to make a sort of connection between those two. I try to make a thief that calls now the spirit of Tanakai. Tanakai was a temple somewhere in a Kaining city. That was at least my connection for the background story. Later when we were getting the End of Dragon, I was more able to involve the new story for this character. Making a whole script for this one that was really cool. That tells me how good it will work if you just choose a specific team, or in this case I choose a specific map, Kaining City of course, and that was really helping me leading this cool character to the end where I wanted to be. And I think what then also was important for me was the exact right colors that I want to use. I was more reflecting to those temples from the Guild Wars 1 series. They were always more with the red yellowish color, so that was what my inspiration was coming from. Created now a new one, a new character, and he is going to be more with the water team, because I really like also the skin looking from the Swan weapons. Another great goal to work and on a new legendary, but also make a new character and have fun with it. This is like a Norn, and I thought how funny was it if you have like the tallest, biggest Norn and it is going to be in teeth. But I was really liking, like I really like Avatar The Last Airbender, with all those elements, and water is somehow for me the coolest element. I really wanted to do something with that, and then I saw how the legendary of Swan was working with all those particles, and I was like, yo, how cool is it be if we, for example, play in Thief with a scepter that is smashing all those water bottles and water particles. I think it can look so cool. With the armor, I'm not really sure where we want to go. I think this is really fun start with at least, and we will see where this is going. Of course, when this is all completed, I will make a full new story for this character too. I never played the whole Norn story, I just noticed, so that is really fun redoing that now. And it is actually really fitting, the whole water bending tribe with the snowy stuff and big Norns, and I don't know, it is not even that weird of a choice anymore, so I think everything slowly fits together as well. For sheep number 4. Sheep number 4 is like mine Azura, who is a sheep. But I really like sheeps, and then my community say, or I was thinking like, why are we not making actually a sheep in Guild Wars 2? Of course, this is quite harder to get there, but I think the Azura was getting the clothes. They are small. You can color the skin a little bit more, and they also have the fluffy hair. At the time, I was really busy doing with PvP, working on the legendary Assassin legendary backpack piece. Those really cool wings. Sheep number 4, I had a little bit of the story like, oh, maybe this sheep has like a really big family, but he is the last one of the family, so number 4. And his older brothers and sisters are of course the upper sheeps that are like really cool, getting all the cool things in life. But mother was not liking sheep number 4. We will run on with that a little bit more, because I was really doing a much PvP. I had a sort of feeling like, hey, this sheep is like maybe really trying hard to prove how good he is on the battlefield and wins everything. And maybe when he gets those wings, that is like his biggest trophy, and he can show to his family like, look, I can do things. But that was a little bit the idea what I had for this character. It was even more fun to get legendary backpack because I was sort of completing the story. Really hope I have said everything. Most of the time it really helps you just start at one point. Like you can always change later. Don't forget you always have like those makeover kits. I'm really happy I have the permanent remakeover kit. I got that from a Black Lion chest out of nowhere, so I'm quite happy because I think if you like character creation, that is a thing you really use a lot. One thing I still really want, and I hope they're going to do that, but give us a bit more hair options. Like we have a lot, but after years of playing this game, I don't ask for a lot because I think this game is really cool, but I don't know, I think we can need some new hairstyles. Like we have so much armor we can choose. You can choose from light, medium, or heavy armor. So that is already a lot of choices we have. Don't forget you can color everything. There are so many colors that you can use. There's always a color fitting perfectly for your character. And then all those cosmetic weapons, like the legendary weapons, but also like all those skins, but you can also go for the easy ones. It doesn't always have to be a really high end goal. I think I really like getting legendaries, but I'm not a grinding person, so for me it really helps to me getting those legendaries because I have a specific auto goal for me to complete it. But I say, how funny will it be if you just make a chef and that is your whole playthrough? I think that can work too. Then we have infusions. Just think of every team what you can do. It can be like IRL related, it can be fantasy related, or try to see what kind of titles or items you maybe want to go. That can be really helpful. Or you just saw the coolest armor piece and you were like, hey, this is looking like spy. Let's make a spy in this game. I don't know. You can make up everything. These are kind of the things that really helps me to make a cool character and feel also more a bit of a connection with the character, because I already have with MMORPGs games. If I don't really feel the connection with who I'm playing, then my experience is already like way different than I have a character. I'm like, yes, I want to make this character big. Cool. Like you can make it as big as you like, but also so small as you like. And maybe you are like, wait, I don't even care how my character is looking. Is also fine. But I think for a lot of people maybe who struggle a little bit, like, or get satisfied how their character is looking, these are kind of maybe tips that can help for you. And yeah, let me know if it was helpful though. I hope I say everything again. Thank you so much for chilling here, being here. I also stream on Twitch a lot of days, so if you have any questions or if you want to share your stories and kind of stuff, feel free to stop by. Thank you so much for watching and hope to see you all in the next video. Okay, bye guys. Ciao, ciao. My big face.